Oh, so you got the right media and the left media, and they're all discussing this big news of the day, Texas. And Governor Greg Abbott, Republican Governor Greg Abbott, proving sweeping new powers that allow police to arrest migrants who illegally cross the U.S. border. And it gives local judges the authority to order them to leave the country. Yes, this is going to test the limits of how far a state can go to enforce immigration laws. What immigration laws? Anyway, opponents have called the measure, it's the most dramatic attempt by a state to police immigration since a 2010 law from Arizona. Yep, that was the Show Me Your Papers bill, and it was struck down by the Supreme Court. Immigration enforcement is a federal responsibility, and Texas law is also likely to face swift legal challenges. Okay. Again, it's much ado about nothing, quite frankly. I'm going to be honest with you. Again, it gives the media something to talk about. It'll be great. Oh, it'll be great. We'll get people to argue on the cable news networks at night about nothing. Nothing. First and foremost, the law doesn't take effect until March. You had over 12,000 people come in yesterday. And this is a regular occurrence. They actually had to shut train lines down across the Mexican-Texas border because so many people were aboard freight trains. So again, doesn't take effect until March. All it does is allows Texas law enforcement to arrest people who are suspected of entering the country illegally. Once in custody, they could either agree to a Texas judge's order to leave the United States or be prosecuted on misdemeanor charges. Misdemeanor. So either leave the country or we're going to press charges of misdemeanor of illegal entry. And again, this doesn't make sense. Migrants who don't leave could face arrest again under more serious felony charges. But if they're going to be prosecuted on misdemeanor, if they fail to leave, you're going to let them go. I don't understand. It's just like catch and release when you're fishing or something like that. And then if you catch them again, you're going to, I don't understand this. They're saying that the number of people crossing illegally into Texas is going to drop by well over 50, maybe 75%. If you say so. You say so. Anyway, listen, they have controlled the border. The border's a mess. You put the razor wire up. People get caught in the razor wire. They cut it down. Border agents, we've talked about this here on the program, basically operating as Uber drivers. Again, they're saying this is dangerous. It interferes with the federal government's exclusive authority over immigration. At what point in time, this is a problem that we have with this country right now, is many states have basically punted on the 10th Amendment of the Constitution and states' rights. And again, I wish governors would reclaim that right. And if I'm governor of a state, particularly border state, I'm going to operate in the best interests of the citizens of my state. And we all know what's happening in Texas. We all know what's happening in other states. I'm glad to see, obviously Florida is not a border state where it's got people flooding in, but they most certainly cracked down on hiring, and it's worked there using E-Verify. But the entire thing is a national poop show on so many levels. And this even goes to foreign policy. The Mexican government's not happy about this because they're not supposed to take any deportations unless they're Mexican. This would send Venezuelans and other nationalities back. You know that Venezuelans are the September and October were the largest nationality arrested for illegally crossing the U.S. border? You want to know why that is? Why Venezuela? Well, okay, Venezuela and their socialists, but yeah, but it's also U.S. sanctions on Venezuela. again, we always love doing this the easy way out. You always see presidents say, I'm putting sanctions on this country. We're sanctioning that country and sanctioning. And again, do the people running the country in these totalitarian countries, do they feel the bite of sanctions, or is it the normal people? And, you're putting sanctions on a country that, people can eventually just come up here to the United States, and that's exactly what they've done. So what's the point behind it? Again, I make fun of sanctions all the time and just how stupid they are. But anyway, and again, there's a 2 year, because it's a misdemeanor situation. If you've been here for longer than 2 years illegally, they can't arrest you for this. And again, this is Republicans saying this is not round up everybody who is here legally and ship them back. This is only to prevent or slow down the new arrivals. Let me ask you a question. Does this solve the problem? Does it do anything to solve the problem at all? No. Of course not. Of course not. Again, I wish more state governors would be a little bit tougher when it comes to Washington, D.C., because, again, I guess they're claiming that they're doing something here, but is it really going to do anything? WatchDog on WallStreet.com.